Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Bunny Cat's Oracle, or welcome back. It's been a minute. This is going to be, I guess, a mid-January 2021 general reading for you. And I am so sorry I didn't post the readings earlier this month for the January reads. I had every intention of doing them. Unfortunately, I did get a little sick over the holidays. Or afterwards, I should say, and I've just been taking time to recover and catch up on my work, and I haven't really had the time to be able to sit down and do the reading. So I'm sorry to keep you guys waiting, but I'm here now. It's January 14th. I'm going to do your reading. I think I'll use the Alice in Wonderland deck for you guys today. Let me start with a prayer. Okay. So for everyone who clicked on this reading, first of all, congratulations. You're still alive. You survived 2020. I know this is very tough and weird and crazy time of year and just in the world, but you're here. You're okay. If you're listening to this, hang in there. Okay. I pray that you are healthy, that you are happy as you can be in the situation. I pray that things are going in a positive direction for you, that you and your loved ones are safe and protected from harm, and that you are making all your dreams come true. Okay, let's get started with your reading. So what have we got for Capricorn? What do my mountain goats need to hear for mid-January 2020 until the next of the month, or whenever this reading applies to you, whenever you felt compelled to click on it. So Capricorn, please. And as usual, I will post the timestamps for the start of the reading, because some of you probably just don't have the attention span to sit through the shuffling and the setup and all my chatting. But if you do, thanks for staying with me. But it's all right if you don't. I'm not offended. Okay. And I'm going to get one more shuffle, and then I'm going to get started with my rainbow spread. All right. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okie dokie. Smoky. And you're present. We have the Queen of Peppermills. Lovely. We have the Queen of Oysters. Ooh, double queens. And we have the Seven of Wands. Now, without any clarifiers, I'm not going to get too specific right away, but sometimes two queens in the tarot, when they're together, it can represent a little bit of rivalry. And I don't generally assume that that's what it means, because I think two queens can just be friends too. We don't all have to hate each other. But with the Seven of Wands at the top of your reading, it shows somebody being very defensive, somebody standing up for themselves, and really standing their ground. So I can't help but think that this is a rivalry. Like it may be between you and this other queen, this fire queen. I don't know what that's about. We will get more on that later. If it isn't a rivalry, because again, I don't like to assume that it's that there's, bad blood. You could be actually helping out another woman in your life, or two women. If you don't identify as female, it could be that you are advocating for somebody else, trying to get someone else a better deal, or trying to help them sort out some sort of legal issue or something like that. So we'll get more later. As energies, Queen of Peppermills is really wonderful in terms of your ambition. So if this is relating to your energy this month, it is right smack dab in the middle. Very ambitious and creative and going after what you want and not giving up, especially with that Seven of Wands up top. And the Queen of Oysters, which is typically a Queen of Pentacles. It's called Oysters in this deck, but this is about really being abundant and wealthy and secure, having enough to take care of, your brood, whether that's your family or your roommates. It's a very wealthy energy. But both of these queens are very powerful. So some powerful vibes coming through. I can't say, if you are this one or if you are this one, but or if these are other people in your life that you're sorting out some issue with. But typically, Queen of Oysters is associated with a earth sign, and the Queen of Peppermills would be associated with a fire sign, but it could also be a water sign as well. Okay, recent past, and we'll get more on that later when I get the clarifiers. I have this is interesting. This is the second time it's happened to me today. I swear to God, I don't go out of my way to reverse the cards for general readings, because I want them to just be, general. But the Three of Swords has managed to reverse himself somehow. So there's some sort of heartbreak in the recent past, but when it's reversed, the Three of Swords is more about healing than it is about heartbreak. So I see you recently healing from something, some sort of misunderstanding. It could have been a breakup. It could have been a fight. Could have been the loss of a friend. But you've definitely been healing from that. And with the Strength card, I see you really overcoming your more kind of dramatic emotions or feelings, not letting them get the best of you. It's a very graceful energy, more so than a brute force, right? So you may have de-escalated some sort of argument recently. You may have found the power within yourself as well to just not get all worked up, and being able to just be like, all right, you win some, you lose some. And sometimes you have to just agree to disagree and just not make things worse. So that's a nice energy for your sign. Page of Oysters as well. So you may have gotten some good news about money in your life. You may have taken on an entrepreneurial energy and started something new, or rededicated yourself to your work to try to find a way to make it more profitable. So it does seem very healthy. What's motivating you this month? Just going to grab 2 cards here. I've got the Page of Hats. Oh, and I've got the Hierophant. Interesting. So some of you may be thinking about getting married. The Hierophant can be associated with married, and the Page of Hats usually represents an admirer or a message of love and care. So that's why I can't help feel like you may be wanting to get married. Wow. You may even be, some of you may be choosing between 2 women. That might apply to you. Otherwise, it could also be about studies. This is a young person, right? With a really big brain. So very intelligent. You could have been studying something spiritual. The Hierophant is the high priest. So you may have been learning about some sort of spiritual matter, may have been studying the Bible or learning to meditate or something. I don't know what it is for you. And I don't, care or judge anybody based on, what they're into. But however you find God, I support it as long as nobody gets hurt. So that could be something that's motivating you this month. Just sort of a little bit of a spiritual, what we say, like inner adventure, I guess, getting in touch with God, whatever that means for you. And that may have been a very calming influence for you as well, and may explain why the Strength is here in the recent past. You may have found a way, and perhaps through your spirituality or your religion, to find it in you to forgive people, or to not get angry with people that you don't see eye to eye with. And just, there's a very kind of live and let live, loving, more tolerant type of energy coming through here, but not in the sense that you're going to let people walk all over you, because this is very defensive with the 7 of Wands. But I think in terms of like, just not getting pulled into the drama, not getting so upset about things or getting all worked up, not letting outside events, take away from your peace. So some of you could be like literally just like meditating more, like really focusing on that and kind of keeping your calm that way. I seem to be all tied up in this microphone cord here for some reason. Sorry, let me just extricate myself from here. Okay. All right, let's look at your near future. Oh, we have the sun. Yay. This is actually the best position for the sun to be in. The sun is shining on you. We got the Knight of Peppermills here. And we have the 3 of Wands. Yay. Okay. So 3 of Wands talks about a lot of outside opportunities, can be opportunities overseas. You may actually be waiting to hear back from someone or several people if you've been kind of putting some feelers out, in a business sense, or even in like just putting out your resume if some of you have been applying for jobs. But the 3 of Wands tells me there's lots of opportunities out there. There's also the sense of like finding a new way. There may be a new way of doing things in the near future, but whatever it is, it's going to be very successful and it's going to make you very, very happy. This is a card of great happiness. It is the biggest card in the tarot, because everything revolves around the sun and not the other way around. So it does have the power to outshine any negative influences. So something coming in really quickly as well with the Knight of Peppermills here, which is otherwise known as the Knight of Wands. It's about this really fast moving energy coming in, something really, really quickly picking up speed. And I feel like it's about your work. I might get more clarifiers later, but if this is a person, It may also represent someone who's just kind of in and out of your life and doesn't tend to stick around for a long time, but for whatever reason, they make you very, very happy. Could be a fire sign. We'll get more on that later, as I said. Let's see what is hidden. Oh, we have the Fool. There's the idea of a fresh start. We have the Love card. These guys look like they're having a little bit of a bickering, but they are in love. They are a couple. And we have the Nine of Hearts. That's funny. I saw this card when I was shuffling. I didn't mention it. And I was like, oh, it's a wish. So this is a wish card. It's like a wish come true. This feels great, Capricorn. What is it with you guys? Your readings are always like so positive. That's amazing. Lots of cups in this line here. So I feel like there's someone who loves you that feels like a dream come true. It may be that you are really interested in this person and you're just not aware of their feelings for you. It may be that they see you as a dream come true, or that if you were aware of their feelings, that it would be a dream come true for you. But this feels just overwhelmingly positive and loving. And I'm getting really excited just talking about it. And the Fool, again, it's this clean slate energy. It's like there's an opportunity here, and maybe it's something you'll hear about soon. Maybe that's why the Knight of Peppermills is here. Some new energy coming in, someone arriving or delivering a message. There's an opportunity to start over, you know? So if it is a relationship, it looks like a relationship. It's like nothing that happened in the past will matter whatsoever with regard to this new relationship. It's like none of those other people who hurt you, like they don't even exist anymore. You would forget about them so quickly with this new person. So be on the lookout for that. For those of you who aren't looking for a relationship, it just may be that somebody is crushing on you and that you in some way represent a wish come true for them. And if it's somebody who is from the past, it's like they're wanting to start over. They're wishing and they're hoping. But you don't have to act on it, you know? It's just cards. Get some advice here. I got the King of Flamingos, which is the King of Swords, and the High Priestess. Okay, so what I'm getting here is listening to your intuition is going to figure really strong. Now, we do have a divine couple here. They're pretty far away, but the Hierophant, again, it is the High Priest and the High Priestess. Not a typical couple, but sort of like a tarot couple. So you may be actually very balanced in your male and female energy this month, regardless of what sex you are. With the High Priestess, it's definitely saying listen to your intuition. You may be very, very intuitive this month. You may have to make some big changes with the King of Flamingos, otherwise known as the King of Swords. This card is associated with transformation. It's also associated with Gemini, or it could be other air signs if you have an air sign on your mind. So that would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The thing about this king is he's got the power of life and death. So he makes sweeping changes. So some of you may have a nagging feeling that someone or something has to go, and it feels like such a big decision. It's like, oh God, do I want to do that? The answer would be to listen to that nagging feeling, listen to that feeling in your tummy. Don't be afraid to make sweeping changes and make a clean break. There is a clean break available, a fresh start here, a cleaning of the slate. You can be kind about it, if you're letting someone go at work, or if you're breaking up with someone, or if you're ending a friendship that just, feels kind of toxic or whatever it is. You don't have to be a jerk about it. You can be kind, but you do need to speak your truth and you need to say what you need to say. That's sort of the message that I'm getting here. Now I'm going to complicate things even further, and I'm going to pull out the Lenormand deck for clarification today. I've been learning this deck. It's a really different system than the tarot, but a lot of tarot readers on YouTube read it, which is how I found out about it. And this is the Gilded Lenormand Reverie by Ciro Machete, and it's got this golden edges, those gilded edges, and there's a lot of gold kind of in the images, which it feels like a New Year's Eve party to me. Like it feels like the super old timey type of party or something. And I didn't get to party for New Year's Eve. Obviously, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything. So I've been sort of hanging out with these cards in my bed when I was recovering from my man cold, and really enjoying them and feeling kind of New Year's Eve. So I am going to use them for the clarifiers in this deck. Okay, let's just see here. Just randomly, okay? Randomly, I'm going to clarify this situation here. Strength and the Three of Swords. May or may not have anything to do with it. Oh, cool. Okay. I see this as being like something that you've learned recently has turned out to be very lucky for you. Education or even some secret that you've discovered is very lucky somehow. It may have been the missing ingredient that helped you to recover from some sort of heartbreak here with the Three of Swords reversed. Something very lucky. You could have also just gotten some information, like if it was in a business sense, something that you recently learned you've been able to apply and it has made you feel very lucky. That's cool. Hope that applies to you. I love the luck card. It's the clover card. This is the book and this is the clover. So this is about something you learn. Education and luck. So lucky education, something you read or you read that's turned out really lucky for you. Cool. Let's look at, I want to clarify this line here. Hang on, with these two women, these two queens. So now I have a pair. There may be a pair. It could be two friends. And I have the Tower. So this card is actually the birds. But in this deck, there's a bunch of extra cards. And this is like the additional card for the birds with the two owls to give the idea of a pair of birds. And birds can be associated with chatter, conversation, gossip, even. Just like, birds like to get together and they get chatty and catty and all that. And so I can't help but feel like we have a pair of women here, whether or not you're one of them, I don't know. But who like to chat together and they maybe like to gossip about other people. We have a pair in the Tower or a pair that's far away. The Tower can be about isolation as well. It could be a pair or even, like a pair in authority, maybe. This can be about authority. It can be about your education, the institutions where you learn. It can be a bank. It's almost like the Hierophant card in that sense, but it can also represent something being very far away or very isolating. So, and because the Seven of Wands was at the top of this line here, I can't help but feel like this could be a pair in authority. There could be two women that you sort of have to answer to in a sense, maybe to do with your work somehow. And you're just needing to kind of stand your ground with them or you may be standing up for them. It may be two women who work, with you that you're standing up for or you're answering to, but you're needing to stand your ground is what that Seven of Wands is saying. Interesting. Wouldn't worry too much about that. Okay. We have the Lily card here in the near future. Oh, and the Garden. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just thinking really naughty thoughts to myself here. Okay, so the Lily, this is funny. It's like the third time it's come out in my readings today. The Lily is one of these tricky cards because it can represent so many things that are sort of opposing in nature. So we can represent an older person or a younger person, the idea of maturity or retirement, and also the idea of youth and innocence and naivety. And some people interpret it as sexual desires for some reason. Interesting that there's also lilies in the garden here. This card is called the Garden. It's one of my favorites. It's really beautiful. Lots of foliage here. And given that there's another flower card here and then we have the sun right underneath it, I do get this sense of things being very, very abundant in your life, just in general, like really, really good times coming in. Certainly not having to worry about like where your next meal is coming from or anything like that. Lots of abundance, lots of things growing. The Garden talks about things being public. It's like social gatherings and get-togethers and things like that. I can't help but think it's like, it could be public affection in this sense. You could be getting some public, like somebody that makes you so happy that you just want to kiss them in front of everybody else, like that kind of thing. It could be desires that are made public. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I'm going to say about that. But overall, this line looks extremely positive. So I feel like somebody's coming into your life in a public way, in a very public way that makes you very, very happy. And again, it could be a fire sign, could even be a Leo, like with the sun here, not necessarily. If it's with regard to your work, because we did have a work card at the top and not everyone is going to be getting into a new romantic situation, but it could be that the work that you're doing is just bringing you so much happiness and that you are being very public about it. You may be sharing on social media, and maybe that people are seeing you, and that they're seeing the change in you. They're seeing that, you are very happy and you're very successful, and there may be public praise and that kind of thing, right? You may also be even like attracting admirers in public. You may be talking about your work, and there may be people seeing you, and there's one on you here at least that is like really crushing on you and seeing you as like a dream come true. So I do think you're being seen in a very positive light this month, and I see a ton of happiness coming in, and I think it all looks great. I don't think I want to take any more Lenormand cards at this point. I'm going to leave on a good note there. That seems fabulous. And maybe just an animal card. Let me just get this guy out here. Let's take this animal spirit deck. What do we have for Capricorn? I'm just going to grab them. I'm going to feel like shuffling all day here. Okay, so for Capricorn, this one seems to want, dragonfly. And then maybe one more, and mouse. Okay, interesting. So there's a feeling of needing to pay attention to small details with the mouse this month. Just make sure everything is, T's are dotted. And I should also mention, this is making me think of Mercury is going retrograde on the 30th. So that's like 2 weeks from now. And it's, whether or not you believe in astrology, I don't know. But people tend to associate Mercury retrograde with like a time when electronics can break down, communication can be tricky. There is a tendency for misunderstandings and also mistakes. So it's just something to look out for, and it may be something to pay attention to this month, especially if you're dealing with any contracts or signing anything. Just pay attention, like double check. And if you're not good at double checking things, if you wear glasses or something like that, get somebody who is, and have them review your documents and check your spelling and stuff like that, right? So that's just one thing to look out for. The dragonfly, this is a very unique energy. It's like, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say translucent, but that's not the word I'm looking for. It's almost mystical. It's almost like a fairy. It's like the way that a dragonfly just kind of, flies in over a pond, like kind of comes out of the blue, and it's like shimmering, and it's kind of green, and it's kind of purple, and it's kind of blue. Like it just sort of captures enchanting. That is the word that I was looking for. Thank you. I don't get to speak to that many people lately, like working from home. So I feel like my vocabulary is crap right now. I apologize. But there's an enchanting energy about this month, and there may be an enchanting energy about you or somebody else. But I also get the sense it's like blink and you'll miss it. Like I'm kind of hearing that right now. So I think that maybe the most important piece of advice I can give you this month, Capricorn, is to live in the moment, to maybe have some sort of mindfulness practice. Maybe you have one already, because I did see Page of Hats and the Hierophant here. Just to not let any excellent moment pass you by. Don't give up a moment's happiness, because so many other people are dreading right now and fearful. And there's a lot of anger. There's a lot of polarity in the world right now. It's very unstable. But you shouldn't let that take away from your ability to enjoy the moment, enjoy what's around you. I do see, again, a lot of happiness coming in, a lot of love, a lot of abundance. I think it's really important to just take a step back and take a breath and just enjoy where you are, and try not to worry about the past or the future or what's going on. Just maybe turn off the news and just have a moment, because there's a lot of good going on in your life. And I wouldn't want you to miss it, because you were too busy worrying about something else. Or so that seems to be the message for today, for the next 2 weeks or whatnot. Thank you for joining me, Capricorn. It's always great to have you here on my channel. It's always fun to do your readings. And I hope you have a great month or a great next couple weeks. And until I see you next time, thank you for joining me, and take very good care of yourselves. Okay, bye.